Hello everybody, and here we are for our intermarket analysis. Let's start from the euro dollar that, as we can see, was already involved in this price around 1.218. The market tried to go below, but later the close was over this level. So very interesting and very important level for the euro dollar, and also very nice situation for the GB pound and the US dollar, because the target we highlighted some weeks ago about 1.42 was reached, and now we have a possibility for an additional breakout here if the price will go above here, or maybe the price will come back around 1.4. That will be really very interesting too. Let's switch from currencies to commodities, and let's start with the gold, able to run above 1,900. So next from here, next price will be, next relevant price, next relevant resistance will be 1,965. That is a really strong resistance coming from the past, and we can identify support around this level that will mean that we will see very important support from 1,800 to 1,815. So this is more or less the most interesting support, and above we have 1,965 as a main resistance. Let's switch from this gold to the oil. The oil is really doing good, and again it's let's say it's on the road, the attack at the price of $67. That is a very important resistance that we have on the road. So it's really important to see the the crude oil over this price, that the crude oil is unable to reach, we have to go back before 2019. So let's say in the last quarter of 2018, the crude oil was able to stay permanently over this level. So it's really important to see if the crude oil will be able, because also the oil company will move after that. Let's switch right now to the stock indices. First of all, let's assume that the S&P 500 was unable to reach the previous historical high here, that is around 4,230, but the movement is quite good, and the previous resistance were already overtaken. So it's really interesting to see what is going to happen. Similar situation we have on the Nasdaq, but the Nasdaq was unable to move over 13,700. That is really strong. Worked a lot here as a support, later worked here 2 days consecutively as a resistance, and now it's 4 days that this price is limiting the possibility of the Nasdaq to try another attempt to reach the previous historical high. So let's see what is going on later, and also let's have a look to the European stock indices like the DAX, unable to reach again the previous historical high here, but really in a good shape, as we can see, especially after Friday session. But the best one in Europe is for sure the Euro Stock 50, able to do a breakout here after after 1 week, able to move really over this price and able to overtake 4,050. It's really important because right now the next resistance will be the historical high around 4,600 that we have seen in 2007. So it's really interesting. Let's switch now to some interesting stock. Let's start with this interesting one. Okay. So, you know, I like triangles, I like resistances, I like breakout. So this is very interesting. We can clearly see this figure here, and if the price will be able to move over this level around 45.4, let's say 45.5, we will see probably a very interesting breakout. Let's move to another one, and we have this very interesting one, Pdc Energy, that again is in a quite similar situation. So we have several attempts to do a breakout of this very interesting level. We do not see any close over this price of 42.5. So if we will see close above $42.5, this will be very interesting too. Let's switch to another stock that is here we have LILA, okay, Liberty Latin America, and again we have something like a box here. We can clearly see this sideways around this level, okay, worked as a resistance here, seems to be violated as a support, but if we draw this line, this is really interesting. And what if the price will move over this level around 14.5? Let's say if we will see prices over let's say if we will see prices above this 14.8, let's say, or 15, maybe someone could say this could be really interesting. So this is really interesting, and this is the style I love for trading, because this is really good. Another good one, it's this one that we can see here. So Newscorp, this is really interesting again, because we have here a very nice triangle again that I think the market could move over. Let's say that we could think that close over 27.64. So let's say if we will see some close around $28, this will be very interesting, because this is a real good chart. I have two others to show you. One is this Oak Street Health, again, quite similar situation, sideways, several attempts to move, let's say, to overtake this price. We are around 54.5, so let's say that 64.5, sorry, let's say that if we will see close above 65, this will be in breakout. And let's say that it's quite important to see that during the last day we have seen the price coming a little bit back and volume increasing. So I do not expect it to happen maybe very soon, but if the price will be able to move over here, I think this will be really interesting. I have a last one to show you, that is here we are. Okay, this is a very interesting stock, price T row. Look at what kind of a very incredible, effective, nice uptrend that we can see here. It's really interesting, and the price, it is always the same story: consolidation and then breakout, consolidating, breakout, and again we can see the same story here. We have a flag here and then up. So consolidating the price, we can expect that the signal will be over this level. So I think that if we can see any close over 194, let's say, is the signal that we can go through. So it's really interesting. Thank you for being here with me. This is all for this week. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.